Hello friends, and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. In today's video, I'm going to do a family budget check-in for the first week of October. If you are interested in my side hustle income, I'm doing that as a separate budget, and that video will be coming out tomorrow. So if that's something that you're interested in, I hope you'll come back tomorrow to check that out. But today we're going to do the family budget, which is based on my main job, the income I receive from my main job, and does not include any income from my side hustles. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so we're going to start today by talking about where I spent my money this week. So the first thing I do is I write all of my expenses down in my expense tracker, and then I put them on my calendar. So let's start with debt. So I started the month by paying back my ex-husband as much money as I could that I owe him. I owe him $650, so I was able to pay him $434 this month. So far. So I gave him that, and then my payment to loan number 2 came out for $71. I make a payment to this loan every week. That way it gets paid off faster. That's the goal. And then I make, my mortgage payment was $673. So that also came out on the 2nd. So one of my goals is, or my main goal, my big goal, is after I pay off my debts, which I believe will take me 2 years, my goal is to get my own place. And when I say get my own place, I don't mean buy my own house. I mean, I want my own place, separate from my ex-husband who I currently live with. I would like to, I'm thinking probably like a small 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment that I could share with Logan, who is my youngest son. Because in 2 years, my son Jacob will be done with his college program, and he'll be getting his own place. So that's the major goal. Because if I was to get an apartment right now, I would have to find a place that was renting for like around this amount, which is what I'm currently paying for my mortgage. And there's nothing that amount in where I live. No 2-bedroom apartments in that amount. So that's why I've got to get my debt paid off so that I have more money to put towards rent at my new apartment when they eventually get there. Okay, so let's talk about bills. So State Farm came out, and that was $98. And that was actually less than what I budgeted. So when we get to the worksheet, we'll take a look at that. Trash also came out, and that was $13. And then the amount that I give Logan for allowance, I gave that to him already, and that was $30. He also gets an allowance from his dad, but that's the amount that I give him. And then food. So this has always been a struggle for me, you guys. Okay, so my budget each week is $100, and that covers food for me and for Logan. And I think I might have to increase that amount. I have some room in my budget to increase it, but let's just see how the month goes and how I do. So I went to the grocery store and I spent $142. And then I also put $25 on my lunch account, my school lunch account. Logan has his own lunch account, and that's already covered. He gets free and reduced lunch. He doesn't get free, but it's reduced lunch. So it's like 40 cents a meal versus what I have to pay per meal. Anyways, the point is I have a school lunch account too, and this was for my school lunch account, so $25. I'm thinking about taking my own lunch to school, thinking I could probably do it for less than, because this for a week will come to $5 a day. I'm thinking I could probably do a school lunch for less than $5 a day. But it sure is convenient, you guys. I don't have to, it's just one less thing on my plate that I have to worry about doing before I leave the house in the morning or getting ready at night. So I'll have to continue to think about that. Okay, let's move on to miscellaneous. So first, Logan and I rented a movie this weekend, and we spent $5 on that. And then I also went to Target. I'm running out of space. Let me move this. I really don't need this here because I know I get paid on the 1st. I only get paid once a month on the 1st, so that makes it pretty easy. So I spent $33 at Target. This was just for miscellaneous items. I think I needed like a hairbrush. I needed some vitamins. I think I got some new lotion. I would like the lotion I use when I get out of the shower. I was out of it, so I had to replace that. So just like those kind of things. That's what I got at Target. And then gas. I did not need gas this week, so there was no expense for that. Okay, let's head over to the worksheet and see how this all works out. Okay, coming up here to my income, I budgeted $25.91. That's exactly what I got paid, $25.91. Okay, moving down here to fixed expenses. For me, fixed expenses are my bills and my debts. The difference for a debt and a bill, like how I distinguish them, is debt is eventually going to be paid off and a bill will always exist. Okay, so mortgage, for example, is a debt. Because if I were to keep this house and pay it off over time, eventually it would be completely paid off. So that's why I consider it a debt. So I budgeted $673, and that's exactly how much it was. Okay, State Farm also came out. I budgeted $118, but it was actually only $98 this month. Okay, MetroNet, I budgeted $55. Oh, MetroNet did not come out this week, sorry. Garbage, I budgeted $13, and that's exactly what it was. That's a fixed amount. Same with loan number 2, that's a fixed amount. So what I budgeted is what came out. And Logan is also a fixed amount, so $30. Okay, so we're all caught up for fixed expenses. Coming down here to food, gas, and miscellaneous, these are variable. So I do a weekly check-in for these on the last page of the monthly spread. So let's head over there. But first, let's do this one. David, I owe him $650. I already paid him $434. That's exactly what I paid him. So I'm going to go ahead and put in that number there. If I end up going over budget here, the logical thing to do would have been to wait to pay David and then pay him when I could after I went over budget. But I've already paid him, and there's no way I am going to ask for any of that money back because I just am so uncomfortable asking my ex-husband for money. It just makes me so uncomfortable. So I'm going to get him eventually paid off completely, and I'm just not going to ask that back. So what I'm going to do is in the business budget, which you'll see tomorrow, I did not give myself any income for my side hustles or my business budget, and if I need to give myself a little bit of income to cover extra spending here at the end of the month, that's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. The reason why I didn't give myself any extra any income from those sources is because I wanted to pay off as much debt as possible. So I wasn't going to give myself any income. So let's get to the food, gas, and miscellaneous. So here is my weekly check-in spread to where I keep track of those. So for food, my starting budget is $400, and this week, let's see how much I spent this week. $142 and $25, so $167. So this week I spent $167 on food. So 400 minus 167 is 233. Okay, for miscellaneous, I have a budget of $100, and this week I spent $33 at Target and $5 on the movies, so that was $38. So I have $62 left in my miscellaneous budget. And then for gas, I didn't get any gas this week, so I still have $40 in my gas budget. Okay, so this week I spent $167 and $38. So I spent $205. And what I have left over is $233, $62, and $40. So I have $335 left. Okay, friends, that is it for this week's Family Budget Check-In. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I'll see you again next week. Bye, everyone.
those stickers placed. Peel away, peel away, peel away with life in envelopes. Plan your days, plan your days, plan your days. Get those stickers placed.